There's a show out there that defies genres. It's not afraid to make you laugh, cry, or sit in stunned silence when you're reevaluating your life choices. It's darkly comic one moment, shockingly sinister the next, and occasionally heartwarming, right before it rips your heart out. A show where every episode is a new story. Every story has a twist, and no matter how much you think you might have it all figured out, you haven't. Welcome to Pop Culture Playback, and today we're talking about Inside Number 9. Inside Number 9 was the brainchild of Reese Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton, two of the finest minds to ever mix comedy with outright psychological trauma. Now, before Inside Number 9, they were already known for The League of Gentlemen.
We didn't burn him!
What's going on? What's all this shouting? We'll have no trouble here. That's my league. That's impression shit. I'm sorry. They also did Psychoville, which was phenomenal. Please check that one out.
Macho Man!
Fans knew that with this new series, they should expect something different. But this was beyond expectations. The anthology format allowed them to push boundaries they hadn't pushed before, exploring every genre imaginable: comedy, horror, tragedy, thriller, and often in one 30-minute neat package. Debuting in 2014 on the BBC, the show quickly gained a cult following. Critics loved it, fans became armchair detectives, trying to predict each twist of the tale, and it even won a few BAFTAs along the way. But the beauty of Inside Number 9 was always its accessibility. With no continuity, you could jump on at any point, and thanks to streaming, it managed to reach audiences worldwide who'd never seen a British comedy quite as dark as this before. Now, before we delve into my personal favourite episodes, let's get one thing out of the way. There are certain episodes that pretty much everybody agrees are masterpieces. The 12 Days of Christine, heartbreaking. The Riddle of the Sphinx, deliciously twisted. Bernie Clifton's dressing room, simultaneously hilarious and devastating. And, of course, Deadline, that live Halloween special that was pure chaos and genius rolled into one. If you haven't seen some of those episodes, stop this video and go watch them right now. Whoa, hang to your horses, hit that like and subscribe and bell notification before you bugger off. For the rest of you seasoned Inside Number 9 veterans, let's dive into some of what are my personal favourite episodes. Episodes that I think deserve just as much love as the ones mentioned before. Please, in the comments, drop a few lines about your favourite episodes as well. But for me, let's kick things off with the terrifying, the harrowing. Now, if you are a fan of gothic horror, this is the episode for you. It follows a teenage girl, Katie, who's hired to house sit for a creepy brother and sister duo in a crumbling mansion. The siblings are delightfully unsettling, and their archaic manners and warnings about not venturing upstairs are superb.
From the seed of he who walks backward.
Michael Jackson.
No.
The slow build of dread is masterful, and the twist, let's just say it'll make you think twice about babysitting for eccentric aristocrats. It's classic horror done right, and it perfectly showcases the duo's ability to create an unsettling atmosphere that sticks with you long after the credits roll. Now, this one freaks me out. Next on my list, we've got Wise Owl, and for me, this is one of the most uniquely unsettling episodes in the entire series. Told through the lens of a vintage animated public information film. Yep, those terrifying PSAs that haunted British kids for decades. Check out my video on them coming soon. Bit of a plug. This episode weaves a disturbing tale about childhood trauma and guilt. Now, the brilliance of Wise Owl lies in its juxtaposition of the cheery educational tone of the animated owl with the deeply sinister story unfolding in the real world. The twist is one of the darkest in the show's history, and yet it never feels gratuitous. It's a haunting commentary on the long shadows cast by childhood. Also, who knew an old puppet could be so bloody horrifying? Now for The Last Weekend, an episode that proves Inside Number 9 isn't just about scares and shocks, it's about peeling back the layers of human relationships. This one is a dark comic exploration of a holiday gone terribly, terribly wrong. A couple arrive for a weekend getaway, but secrets, lies and resentments bubble to the surface in increasingly sinister ways. The dialogue, as you would expect, is razor sharp. The character dynamics are painfully relatable, and the ending, well, let's just say you won't see it coming, but it'll make perfect sense when it does. It's the kind of episode that makes you laugh out loud before nervously glancing at your significant other and wondering what have you got to hide. On the opposite end of the spectrum is Love's Great Adventure. A heartwarming, yeah, really, a heartwarming Christmas episode that's more grounded than most of the series. It follows a working class family struggling to make ends meet during the holiday period. Now, I am a horror and scary story fan, so this one really shouldn't be on my favourites list. But dear God, it's just so heart-wrenchingly beautiful. It's a story that I simply cannot look away from. What makes this episode special is its simplicity. There's no horror, no big twist, just a touching story about love, sacrifice, family, and the lengths you'll go to protect those that you love. But of course, being Inside Number 9, there is a clever narrative gimmick with the story unfolding like an advent calendar. But for me, it's the emotional core that really sticks with us. It's a rare moment of warmth in a show that usually delights in tormenting its audience. And finally, and I think possibly my favourite episode of all 9 seasons, is Misdirection, the Magician episode. An episode that's every bit as clever and as devious as you'd expect. It starts off innocently enough with a magician telling the story of how he acquired a prized trick from an old colleague, but as the episode unfolds it becomes clear that things aren't quite as they seem. This one's a masterclass in storytelling. The script plays with the audience as much as the magician plays with his tricks, and the final reveal is both shocking and incredibly satisfying. If you love episodes that make you want to rewatch them immediately to catch all the clues you missed, this is the one for you. Sadly though, after 9 incredible series, Inside Number 9 has now come to an end. It's a bittersweet moment for fans like me. On one hand, it's devastating to say goodbye to a show that consistently delivered some of the best writing on television. But on the other hand, Shearsmith and Pemberton have always known how and when to quit while they're ahead. And they leave behind a near flawless legacy of brilliant, brilliant TV. A masterclass in suspenseful storytelling and expertly crafted television. As for the future, well, there is a limited edition run of a play down in London for a number of months, and also both creators have hinted at more collaborative projects down the line. So this isn't necessarily goodbye forever. I personally cannot wait to see what this duo come up with next. So whether you're drawn to the twists, the scares, the laughs, or the moments that punch you right in the gut, Inside Number 9 is a show that truly has it all. It's a kind of series that sticks with you long after the lights have gone out. And for me, it is now firmly placed as a classic of British TV. As I said before, what are your favourite episodes? Please do let me know in the comments. Are you still recovering from the heroin, or did Love's Great Adventure warm your cold, dead heart? Please do let me know. This has been Pop Culture Playback, and until next time, lock your doors, check behind the curtains, and remember, nothing is ever quite as it seems behind door number 9. Catch you next time.